Grand Rising. This video is going to be about people that take your kindness for weakness. Now, this happens on a huge scale. You are going to be in a circumstance situation of your kindness being taken for weakness. Real shit. Also, this is a circumstance situation that being too kind, being too sweet, you always gonna put yourself in a circumstance situation of getting burdened by a person, place, or thing. So you gotta be very reasonable at times. And you have to keep things very real and personal. See, in life, everybody got their own perspective. Everybody got their own outlook. But if you don't have your own outlook, if you don't have eyes to see, ears to hear, and eyes to hear, ears to see, then you ain't gonna be able to actually pick up these events or these timelines. You gotta be very cautious about things. Always trust your gut, trust your intuition. Because it's always first, it's always gonna tell you what's going on behind the scenes. Sometimes people have on rose-colored glasses. So that means them roses looking very beautiful at times. Them glasses is looking cool for now. And of course, too many colors. They can't see one color, one shape. Because it's too many colors, it's too many frequencies, it's too many vibrations and energies. It's too many personalities that this person is basically utilizing themselves. But of course, you gotta always be aware of these people. They will always take your kindness for weakness. They will always take advantage of you on a day-to-day basis. These people, they ain't got shit, so of course, they're gonna try to use you for what you got. Be aware of these signs. Ain't nothing wrong with being kind and generous at times. But of course, being too kind-hearted, being too kind and generous is gonna put you in a circumstance situation of being used as a vessel. You don't want to be used as a vessel. Because if you're being used as a vessel, imagine what else they're going to do to basically bring you down with them. Every day, you got to be aware of these signs, be aware of these people. Because they're going to basically use you as a crutch. And of course, you don't want to be put into that box, that circumstance, that situation, that circumference. You got to be aware of these things. Also, co-worker will use the fuck out of you, especially knowing that you got a car and everything. They're gonna be like, yo, I need a ride. Can you hook me up? Cool, I got you. But how am I gonna get this favor back? How you gonna return the favor back if I help you out? What's the circumstance situation? What's the 50-50? What's the card at? Yeah, exactly. Gotta be 50-50 in this world. Sometimes it be 0-100. Of course. You give too much, you don't take much. This is how it's being played out. Universe and God looking at you like, okay, cool, this person must love being too kind-hearted. So I'm going to keep bringing that person a lot of gifts too. But of course, I'm going to keep putting more people in his place, more people in her box to make sure they keep asking, to make sure they keep reaching out, to make sure they keep getting in contact with this person to basically elevate. You have to be very cautious and aware of these things too. After a while, it can burden on your spirit. It could put you in a dark place. It could put you in a deep hole, and it could put you in a circumstance situation of being annoyed, being arrogant at times too. And of course, the kind-hearted people, you got to be very careful and aware of these people, because once they get angry and once they snap, that's it. It's a wrap. You better run, motherfucker. You better run. Better run real fast, for real. Because of course, this is a circumstance situation of you being put into boxes and squares, and a lot of asteroids and a lot of burdens is basically on your back. You don't want to be carrying all these responsibilities. You got to learn how to loosen up sometimes. Let go of things. Don't hold on to things, because when you hold it on too tight, these things start to basically rapture you, put you in a rapture, put you in a tornado, a hurricane. And of course, this shit is tornado. your circumference, your space, your location, your peace. Your peace is basically being interpreted into somebody else's vortex, somebody else's GMO weather, somebody else's chaotic weathers. And of course, why I say GMO, because genetically modified. You genetically modified by all the shit that's outside of you, that you forgot who you was within inside of you. So you got to be very careful to where you give your energy, to where you give your power to. It's very important, highly important. And of course, that's real shit. Everybody get taken for granted, whether they're good people or bad people. But of course, everybody got days when they become angels and demons. And of course, you don't want to be a demon forever. It's cool to come down and experience at times, but of course, you don't want to be in the circumference of being down there too long. You got to learn how to elevate. You got to learn how to shift your gears. You got to learn how to control that emotion. You got to learn how to get emotion with yourself. Because of course, if you don't know how to do these things are going to put you in a square. These things are going to hold you hostage. And of course, your motherfucking heart ain't going to be light as a feather. It's going to be too heavy. Too much weight on that shit. Too much pressure on that shit. And of course, you got to learn how to release. Learn how to loosen up. Learn how to snap out of it. And of course, get back in your bag. But of course, that's how it goes. So yeah, if you in a circumstance situation, if someone taking your kindness for weakness, don't allow them to take your kindness for weakness. Warn them, let them know, put them in their spot, put them in their place. Let them know it's cool and everything, we cool and everything, but at the end of the day, you ain't about to take my kindness for weakness. You ain't about to put me in a circumstance situation of feeling down or feeling depressed about your insecurities. That's your shit. How you gonna basically rise above that shit? Everything starts with you. So yeah, be careful of people, places, and things taking your kindness for weakness. Cause sometimes you gotta slap a motherfucker, let them the fuck know where you stand with that person in general. I don't care fuck who it is, your coworker, your teacher, any fucking body can get it. Really, literally.